And joining us this morning to talk more about the Academy Awards is founder of the Rhode Island International Film Festival, George Marshall, who was also Viola Davis's teacher at Rhode Island College. Good morning. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, we know that Viola didn't win last night.
Yes.
Were you surprised how it all went down?
Actually, nothing surprises me with the Oscars. All the pundits, all the forecasters had the predictions who was going to win, and if you believed all of that stuff, I think you're delusional, to be honest with you. Nothing surprises me. I was so proud of the fact that she was there. I was so proud of the fact that this is a Rhode Islander who brought such acclaim to the state, who has been bringing acclaim to the state for such a long time. And I personally think this year is just a prelude to the future. I'm looking forward to her next nomination, and I know she'll win. And frankly, if you're going to lose, losing to Meryl Streep is not the worst thing in the world.
Exactly. And you were her teacher in school, so how excited is it for you to see someone who, you know, was a student of yours in school, now sitting there in the front row at the Academy Awards?
Well, it just gives me a sense of pride. It's very strange. When I was teaching at that time period, I was only a handful of years older than the students, and amazingly, most of those students that I've kept in touch with. It was just a magical time for me. I was about 6 years, 7 years older than the students, and in this business, we all work together.
Right.
So I have students who work with the film festival. I have students who do our public service announcements. People have just stuck with me for years, and of course, you know, in this media field, it's a small group.
Yes, it is.
And everybody knows each other.
Yes.
And that's what I was teaching. I was teaching communications.
And when you were teaching her in school, was she someone who stood out to you? I mean, I'm sure you had a bunch of students, but was she someone who you were like, there's something special about Viola?
Yes. She was someone who had a passion, someone who was extraordinarily nice and driven. And what I remember about her was her graciousness, and her family is the same way. They're just really nice people. I was teaching in communications and theater at that time. That's what we had at Rhode Island College. And we got to know all the folks there, enormously talented kids. And what amazes me is that Rhode Islanders don't realize what talent really exists in this state. And if you start looking at the awards, it just gives you pause to what we have as potential here. We don't look at ourselves as well as we should. Outsiders see us and say, wow, you guys have everything here. Here we go, yeah, sure. But Viola, to me, it epitomizes drive and having a goal and being able to achieve that goal by working at it. And that's what she has said. This was what she wanted, and she went and got it. And I think if that's not inspirational, I don't know what is. You can go from anywhere and become somebody if you really put your heart and mind into it. And that is, to me, an important lesson.
Okay, very quickly, The Artist was the big movie,
Yes.
you know, the big winner last night. Were you surprised at that being the best movie? No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't surprised at all. As a matter of fact, it's a feel-good movie. I think there's a lot of things in that film that do resonate with audiences. And keep in mind, the Academy voters are older voters.
Right.
I mean, you know, one of the things that we were told was, well, you know, Viola has a lock because of the SAG Indie thing. Well, the SAG voters are her peers. The Screen Actors Guild, they're her peers. But the Academy voters are different. And so you really can't lump them together, and you have to look at the history of the Academy in terms of figuring out some of this stuff. The truth is, they're so damn unpredictable. And that's why there's so much excitement, and why people watch it.
Very good. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Oh, thank you so much.
We appreciate you being here. Okay, and to full roundup of all of the Oscar winners from last night, you can head to our website, WPRI.com.